good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about, what is it that you wanted to discuss? What were you telling me the other day you had a topic to talk about?
Well, there's a few different topics, but it was one that came up because I was reading something and this topic came up. Not to mute it. This topic came up and I thought this would be a good topic for us to have on YouTube. Is it possible, there's two, is it possible for a male or a female to have friends of the opposite sex? And is it okay for you or me to speak to people of the opposite sex that from the past? Would that be considered cheating? Also, conversations with other females on Instagram, or how do you feel about liking pictures of other females on Instagram? I was reading this article and those different topics kind of came up.
Okay, so what's the first one then? We'll go through all three, but what's the first one that you want to talk about?
Is it possible for a man or a woman to be friends with someone of the opposite sex?
Yeah. Whoever that fucker is keeps calling, so I wonder if that's a bill good. Answer.
It's Walmart.
Oh, Walmart.
I mean Walgreens.
Oh.
Walgreens.
Oh, yeah, that's what she named him. His name is Walgreens.
So what do you think?
His real name is Wally. Yeah. That depends on I mean, I have female friends. I don't go hang out with them. I have their numbers. I have their Instagrams, Facebooks, but I don't go hang out with them. Mm-hmm. But I don't. They don't never try to cross
that line.
They don't try to do all that shit. You know what I mean? So, but they know I'm not going for it. You know what I mean? I think it's when you ain't got something going on good, then it's easy to fall into that shit. Mm-hmm. But if you got something good going on, why would you risk it all just to hang out with somebody? You know what I mean? Because you ain't gonna get shit out of it anyway, but some ass. So, I mean, when you're younger, I guess it's different. When you're older, it's a different story. I'm not like that anymore where I'm like kind of jealous of that shit. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I don't care. I really don't care. Me personally, I mean, I have female friends, but I just don't go hang out with them. If they wanted to come over here and hang out over here, then I'd be fine as long as you're here. I wouldn't have somebody in here.
Do you think it would be crossing a line if you were to go out with that female friend without your spouse?
I think so.
I think so too. I think
You shouldn't be doing that shit. That's living like a single life, so you shouldn't be doing all that shit.
And it would be perceived really wrong. I think if someone saw you out, if your friend saw me out with one of my friends, because I have some childhood friends that through my brother and I have a lot of childhood friends that grew up in my home because they grew up with us, and we all still keep in touch. But I would never think about going out with them without you. Like I just would never even. That wouldn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, if you told me they're gonna come here and we were all hanging out here, I wouldn't say nothing. Or what's that white boy's name with the old cars? That buddy, the coach him. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't. If you told me, oh, he's gonna come over, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be like, oh, no, fuck all that. You know, I don't care. That shit doesn't bother me. And that's some childish shit. You know, for you to be jealous or shit like that. You know, but. As far as like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with him, then I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? The same thing with me. Like, if one of my female friends wanted to go hang out, I'd be like, that's the thing. And I would tell myself, like, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
You want to hang out? Come over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My wife's right here. You know, but me and you hanging out together is not gonna happen. Not because I want to do anything with you, but it doesn't look right. It doesn't look right for me. It doesn't look right to me I don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks.
Uh-huh.
I just, to me, it doesn't look right, and I wouldn't want you doing that shit. So that's why I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but if they want to come here and then they know, and then they meet you, then that's fine. You know, but I wouldn't bring somebody over here that was fucking around with before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Some female friend that's just my friend. Yeah, I've never slept with and shit like that. That's one thing, but now that's the other part though that you said. Is it okay to be friends with people that you've messed around with, or what was it you said?
Yeah.
Friends,
or still stay in contact with them.
I don't have any females that I can think of that. Well, there was that one, but
you told.
I told you about that shit. You know, but that's only because of mutual friends.
Yeah. But then you even told me when they even tried to contact you, like other
females trying to contact me, which I let you know because I'm not gonna. I just see it's gonna come back on me if I don't say nothing, or you know what happens if me and you are out and about somewhere, and that same female comes up and hey, how you doing? And I ain't talked to you in a couple of months. Oh, now how's that look?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh shit. Like, oh yeah. Like now I gotta try to explain myself, and it just looks like I'm a liar. So there's no reason for me to do all that shit. So that's why I just tell you, oh yeah, this chick hit me up. You know what I mean? Called me. And how she got my number, I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
but you've had your same number for how long? Because I've had mine.
Not as long as it's been since I've seen her.
I've had my number for, I think, since 2007.
No, I think I had this number since 2015 maybe. But I was already dealing with her. Well, I wasn't dealing with her then either. Yeah, I wasn't dealing with her then either because I was already with my ex, so I wasn't dealing with her. So I don't, like I said, she said she got my number from a mutual friend. So I don't know who the fuck she's talking about. She didn't tell me nothing. She just said, "Oh, I got your number from a mutual friend," and I just like, okay, well, you know. And then she contacted me a second time, and I was like, and then she said, "Okay, I'll check in on you." I said, "That's all right. You don't need to. You don't need to call me." I said, "It's okay. I'm okay." That's after I found out about cancer, and then she found out, but she probably found out through fucking Instagram.
Yeah.
Because it's open.
Mm-hmm.
So. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not gonna not say nothing because like I said, I don't want to get caught in no bullshit.
Well, and isn't she the same one that also threw you under the bus with your ex-wife? Mm-hmm. So she already has history.
Oh yeah, that's what
of fucking things up.
Yeah, she will too. There's only one other person other than her that when I got with you, that I had to block her from Facebook, Instagram, everything. I had to block her because she straight up told me like. I said, "Hey man, I can't be talking to you no more." You know, and she was like, "Fuck all that. I'll get a hold of your that girl and I'll tell her that me and you still talk." I was like, I'm not gonna talk to you no more though. She said, "I don't give a fuck." Like she was not willing to lose.
She was down to ruin it.
She's not gonna lose. She's like, "Nope." So I said, "All right." So I blocked her from everything. So she couldn't see my page and all that shit no more. She couldn't. I had to block her phone number, but I mean, she can always call from another number.
So then, did you start getting people that were following you that? What is it? The one picture, zero post, following one person.
You get it all the time.
I do too.
But I don't ever answer those kind of messages.
I don't either.
I just delete the shit.
Yeah, I think. You can be able, it depends. I don't think new friends, but I think, friends that you've been with, like family friends, people that you've known for a long time, that you've never hooked up with, I think you can still like talk to them and still be cool. But I feel like as a person, if that opposite sex person crosses a certain line, and you're like, this doesn't seem right, or this went to a different level, that's when you gotta cut it off and not entertain it. Then it's like, okay, we're not friends then. To me, I feel like you gotta really protect your relationship, and I don't think, do you think you can be friends with someone you just met? A female that you just met? versus old friends.
Me,
Do you know what I mean?
I think I can. I mean, I feel I can because I'm not interested in nobody else, you know. So you're my wife, you know what I mean? I wouldn't just be out hanging out with somebody though. If I met somebody, you know what I mean? Like, it happens all the time on Instagram. Like, people, we invite people here, and then there's females, you know what I mean? And it's like, come over, you know what I mean? My wife's here. I'm not telling you to come over here for me and you to hang out. My wife's here. People are here. We're hanging out. If you want to come over here and hang out with us and get to know us, that's cool. If not, then I mean, it's not gonna be me and you.
I think we've even had a female writer even. Remember a while back? I don't want to say the names, but hit you up and you're like, hey, there's a female writer that's gonna come out and join us for this ride. And she ended up being so cool. Her and I still communicate on Instagram. But yeah, I think it's just on what you do. And it's nothing sneaky or wrong or.
Well, even that time, like about what, a couple months ago when I told you, oh, this chick that's friends with me, she's my friend. I ain't never hooked up with her, none of that shit. She's just been my friend for a long time, and she wants to come by here to the bar and hang out. But it's up to you. I told you, it's up to you. If you say no, then it's no. But and you were like, oh yeah, she can come. That's fine.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, then I say, yeah, come down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come hang out. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna just like tell her, yeah, come over here, and then come tell you like, hey, this girl's coming over here. That's a friend of mine. Like,
yeah,
no,
I think
I'm gonna tell you first.
It's respect. You have to have respect for your partner, to do to want to do that. You know, even though it's not wrong and you're not doing anything wrong, like that's what we do. We talk to each other, or he'll communicate with me, or sometimes a lot of the times a lot of your friends do follow me, and then they're or they'll ask you, is it okay if I follow your wife, or just whatever. But at some point they do introduce themselves to me, and it's like, oh, it's all cool, you know. But you know, as a female, and I think as a male too, you have to keep your eyes open and protect your marriage or your relationship. Now that brings to the other topic of what do you think about, because this was the other topic that was brought up. Do you think entertaining conversations with females you don't know on social media considered cheating?
What kind of conversations are you talking about? I have like females.
Conversations with people that you don't know, and you're conversating back and forth, and then you realize you're kind of conversating a little bit more than the norm. Would you
I
cheating?
have a lot of females that send me like stupid ass memes and shit like that. But I don't like conversate with them. Like I'll just put like a happy face or laugh out loud, whatever fuck. But
I do the same.
I don't do the same. I don't do that. Like I don't have there's not sentences where we're talking to each other. It's like, you know, it's like haha, whatever the fuck. They'll send me because they see I post all kinds of weird shit on there, funny shit. So they'll send it to me, but I don't get into conversation with them. You know what I mean? Because conversation, that shit could lead to other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not on my part, but on their part. Because again, I'm not entertaining that shit. I don't try to fucking do. The thing is with social media, especially on social media, you got like social media, text messaging, and even phone calls. You can't be sneaky no more. Because people screenshot your shit just to do it. Just to keep shit like a record. You know what I mean? So it's like if I'm conversating with somebody, that bitch might fucking just screenshot shit and save it. And it could be like fucking 7, 8 months old. And then one day she get pissed off because I don't respond back to her little messages and shit. No matter what she's saying. And then boom, she can post that shit up and be like, look, this motherfucker has been conversating with me for... So I don't entertain that shit, man, and I don't understand why anybody would even entertain that shit, because people are so fucking slick and sneaky nowadays that they screenshot your shit just so they have some kind of evidence against you. And so I wouldn't even do that. That to me is stupid to entertain anything like that. So I don't entertain that shit. So if anybody ever screenshot anything about me, I've never said nothing to them. You know, it's like, haha, oh, so you screenshot me, send you a happy face because you sent me a fucking meme that was funny? I don't give a shit. I'm not doing anything wrong. You know what I mean? But I'm smart enough to know with the social media thing that People do that because they want to fuck your relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I don't fucking entertain that bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to screenshot ha-has and all that shit, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. But I just know how, I'm not going to say how men are, I know how women are, especially right now on social media. I know what they do. I know what they're about. There's a lot of women out there that they will fuck your relationship up.
There's pages dedicated to that.
Just to fucking do it. Just to do it. They don't want to be with you. They just want to fuck your relationship up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they don't think twice about it. So they'll screenshot any little thing, any kind of message you send them, text messages, Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't matter. They'll screenshot it, so they'll have some kind of evidence against you. If they want to, even if they want to like blackmail you, you know, like, okay, look, check it out. I got these messages right here. Screenshot. You know, you're married. I can go ahead and send this shit to your wife. Why don't you kick in? That's how scandalous these bitches are nowadays. So I'm like, I'm not getting entertained that shit. So I don't even conversate with them.
Uh-huh.
And women try to, and they don't. It used to happen before, but they don't try to talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. Because women know that I'm not entertaining that bullshit. You're not gonna full fucking play with me. I'm not a young dumb motherfucker. You ain't gonna play with me. I'm not gonna allow you to. I'm not gonna throw myself out there. You're just throwing yourself under the bus if you do shit like that. If you, that's evidence. So why would I do it? I'm not doing it. I know how these girls are nowadays, and so I don't have conversations with people.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, I think you're setting yourself up. I think people are real quick to, yeah, we're cool, and let me see if I can talk to him or get him to talk to me, or even like guys. I showed you messages of males that have sent me messages, and I don't reply back to them. It's different if they're sending jokes or you know, or memes, because I get those too. And some of them are funny, and I share them too. But I'll get those messages too, random, like, oh, how was your guys' Christmas? Or how was your whatever? And it gets filtered into those, that box of, I guess you're not really friends, but it goes filtered out there, and sometimes I forget about it and I don't even check it. It doesn't alert me. You have to literally go in there and check. And I'm just like, I trip out on that, because like, if you go to my page, you see my life is our marriage, and my kids, and that's pretty much it. I don't go out. I don't go to bars without my husband. I don't go to clubs with my friends. I don't do those types of things. I have my best friend that I've known for many, many years, and you know, her and I will just do lunch, or she knows I won't go to a bar, or a club with her, or you know, a strip bar with her, or anything like that. She just knows that about me. I won't do that. She respects my relationship and my marriage, and she won't, you know, we just don't do those things. And for the most part, my friends know that as well. But I feel like when you're opening up that door, you reply. It's kind of like they're like, yeah, you know, I knew it, you know, I got in, even if it's just a toe, you know, and then they'll keep trying, and they'll keep trying, you know, they'll keep trying.
Well, I know all this because that's what I do. So I already know what to do. I already know what's going on. You know what I mean? So I know it just takes something little. That's it. Just to get a response. Then get a response and just wait. I would wait weeks and do it again and get another response. I'm not gonna beg nobody, but I'm gonna get a response. Mm-hmm. Once I get the response, little by little, I'm gonna start picking at it and picking at it and picking at it like a fucking scab. I'm gonna pick at it and pick at it until I get to where I need to be. Guys are out there that, again, it was all about being patient. Being patient if it took you a whole year to do it. It was just being patient enough to keep getting responses out of that person. And then eventually the responses would lead to hotel rooms and sneaking around and shit like that. And, you know, husbands at home, husbands at work. It was just picking at that fucking person little by little and getting into their head. So I already know, but that's how guys work. I don't know how women work. Women are more, I guess they're different than dudes. Dudes, like, well, not all guys though. Some guys will if they don't get responses right away, they're gonna just go on. They'll move on. But I wasn't like that because I would be doing it to fucking like 5 to 10 fucking girls. So I'm just picking out each and every one of them.
Because eventually someone bites.
One's gonna get it. One or two or three is gonna fucking. They're gonna open that door for me to get in there. And so that was my thing. So I know how guys are. You know what I mean? It's the same fucking dudes that are trying to get at you and send messages and hey, happy birthdays or Merry Christmas to you and your family and all this little shit like that. And it goes on the next fucking holiday, you know, Happy St. Patrick's Day or Happy 4th of July, whatever the fuck. And they keep doing it and you keep responding. They're like, okay, they have patience. They can make a whole calendar year. They're back to fucking Christmas again. Like, hey, Merry Christmas. Hey, I tell you Merry Christmas last year. Yeah, okay. Then you keep responding. Then it's like, okay, little by little, they're fucking thinking they're breaking the walls down. But that's what I was doing.
Dang.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I'll just keep doing it until I got what it was that I was trying to get at. And then once I got it, I was done with it. That's it. It was a challenge of getting it. And then I got it, didn't want it no more. Because I already knew, it was like, why do I want you for? You know what I mean? You already cheated on your husband with me, so I don't want you. I just want to see if I can get to you. But it started that way.
Do you think, this brings up the next question, the next topic that I read. Do you consider having a conversations with someone on Instagram, even though you've never met, do you consider it cheating?
I don't have conversation with
conversations.
I don't have conversations with her. You can
No. I'm not talking about me and you. I'm asking your opinion. It's not about me and you at this point.
Well, it has to be about me and you because if it's good for them, why would it be good for me? If I was saying, oh yeah, you can do that, then it would be good for me to do that.
Well, I'm not saying it's happened. I'm saying this was a topic that I was reading and I was like, this is good to discuss on the channel. For you people out there, do you think having a conversation with the opposite sex through social media, whatever, email or whatever, well, email, you would have to exchange emails, through social media, is it considered cheating? And I'm talking about conversations, not just liking, like, thanks for the joke, you know what I mean? Or no.
Your conversations.
Yeah, those conversations that are inappropriate.
No. If you're in a relationship, no. If you're having any kind of sexual shit with somebody else, then of course not. It doesn't. Yeah, of course not. But the thing is like this. This is the way it is to me. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck are you meeting somebody on social media? There's a reason for it. Mm-hmm. There's a reason.
We've talked about this.
You want to meet. If you want to meet people, you be at a bar, like meet somebody. It's like and it's, hey, what's up? How you doing? You guys hanging. You're sitting by somebody. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, let me buy you a beer. Like you buy a beer, you talk, you go. Now, but if you're on social media and you're going back and forth with this person, mm-hmm. there's a fucking reason for you to do it. You're going to be talking to that person because you're attracted to them. Mm-hmm.
And then something else is going on at home.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking to them for a fucking reason and shit. You know what I mean? So, so going back and forth on social media with them,
it always leads to something.
If somebody has an agenda, mm-hmm. doesn't mean that both people have an agenda, but somebody has a fucking agenda. You know, so I don't know. It's kind of tough, you know, because I don't do it. But like when me and you are out and about, and we go to the bars, and we go to the restaurants and shit like that, I've made friends doing that shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I talk to people that I'm sitting next to and buy them drinks and stuff like that. Look at fucking what's his name? What the fuck is his name?
J. Joe?
Yeah, he comes over. He came over here a couple times. You know what I mean? I met him at Lazy Dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just cool with people. If there's females right there and they're talking to you, I'll talk to them. I'm right there with you, so I'm fucking trying to pick up on them. And then if we all become friends, we all become friends. But again, it's like, but I'm with you all the time. So when it comes to social media, it's just you and that person. When me and you go out, it's me and you and then them people.
Right.
On social media, it's just me and that person. And maybe that other person gets the wrong idea. That's another thing that happens. People will get the wrong idea. okay, so somebody on Instagram hits me up, they don't know me, like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I talk to them, and we start having conversations, and I'm just being friendly with them. But in her mind, maybe it's like, oh, he likes me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what she thinks. So she starts taking it to a different, she starts taking the conversation somewhere else. But that's not the case. It's like, I'm just like being cool with you. You know? Right. I'm not trying to fucking have sex with you or anything like that. I don't meet you in person. And I'm just like, hey, you hit me up like, hey, how you doing? Or you send me some stupid ass meme. And now you're conversating with me. Now you think that I like you because I talked to you. It's like, that's in her own mind. Mm-hmm. So I don't even put myself in that situation. I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Because it's all perception. So you could have a innocent agenda, and then the other person could have a worked agenda, or it could be you're trying to be nice and social, and then that person, we don't know how people are in their mental states, right? So you shouldn't just from the very beginning shouldn't even open that door. That's how I feel. You shouldn't even open that door. If you care about your relationship or your marriage, the marriage that you're in or the relationship that you're in, you shouldn't even open that door. You shouldn't even crack that door. You should, by all means, protect your four walls. You should be protecting your happiness at all costs. You know, I don't think for somebody that you don't know, you don't have to be nice to somebody you don't know, especially on social media, because it could, if you choose to be nice and reply, that could be perceived by the other person as, oh, they want to talk to me, just like you said, or oh, they like me. We don't know what that mental state of that other person is. And for you guys or females that are doing that, you're opening up that door. And if you are doing that, then I feel like you need to really question your relationship and if you are truly happy. Because I personally, I am extremely happy in my marriage. I'm all in. What you guys see is how we are. I wouldn't even think about cracking that door. I wouldn't even do that, because I always think, if I open this door, I don't know who this person is. I think about all the scenarios before I even do anything. Could this somehow get back and look bad? Or could this person think something and it's entirely innocent, but their perception is their perception and their reality is their reality. So why would you even venture into that realm of the unknown? You know, we live in our reality, in our sanctuary, and I know this is safe for me. I wouldn't even want to. It's not even worth it to somebody that you don't even know.
I just don't. I don't know.
I agree with you.
As a guy, I look at things the way a guy's gonna look at it. You know what I mean? So I don't know how women look at things like that. For me personally, I've been through it all. I've done it all. I don't want to do it no more. I know how things can turn out, and I know how women are. Now, on your part, I know how men are. I know what they want. You know what I mean? I know what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? In the end, though, in the end of it all, it's on you. I'm not worried about no other dude. I'm not worried about no other man. And I'm not going to be mad at no other man if you do something wrong. Because I'm not married to that dude. So I don't give a fuck about that guy. I've always said it like this. A man is going to be a man, and that's the way it is. He's going to go after what he's going to go after. You know what I mean? If you're allowing him to do it, he's going to do it. So why would I be mad at him? And I think about that stuff because of things that I was doing before, and I was sleeping with nothing but married women, and these dudes are calling me and telling me like, hey, I heard you're messing with my wife and blah blah blah. I say, hey, check it out. Don't be mad at me. I ain't married to you. Talk to your wife. Tell her something. She let me in. I ain't got nothing to do with me. Go talk to your wife. Don't be mad at me. You see, so that's the way I look at it. I'm not gonna be mad at nobody else but you. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing for you. You shouldn't be mad at some other woman. You ain't married to her.
No, it's true.
So you should be coming to me and saying, hey,
I 100%
what the fuck?
agree. What are you doing?
Why are you doing this? You know what I mean? And but the thing is that people are fucking scandalous nowadays. They are. It's.
I think you and I
terrible.
had this conversation the other day. They are.
Look at that fucking chick, that one chick with the big tits, that rapper chick, whatever. Fucking, she was putting not messages, but she was putting comments on my pictures and shit. Like she knew me, and I'm like, I don't even know this fucking bitch.
Oh yeah.
And I showed you, and you seemed like, who the fuck is this
I'm like,
bitch?
who is this?
Yeah, who's this chick? And I'm like, I don't have nothing to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, so this was happening, and it's really weird to me. So we'll have people. He'll post his, videos or his treatments and stuff like that, and there are actually females out there that will comment and be like, hey, if you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. I'm like, what?
Like, I don't even fucking know you, man.
Yeah, or like, let me know what you need. I'll make dinner for you.
Oh, yeah.
That was another one.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what the dinner would have been.
I was so tempted to say, hey, we do like this and this and this and this. But it's just, and I don't get mad because it's not, it's so visible, it's so out there, but I trip out on that. It's crazy to me that there are females out there. I mean, if you just go to his page, you'll see it's our life. It's his life, but it's our life. I'm on there. But it's almost like they're just testing the waters to see if you would reply back. And
But that with that one, what tripped me out on that one is she doesn't message me. She throws it out there in the picture
for everyone to see.
But like she makes it seem like I know her. It's like I don't even.
I think I even
know
asked her, well, do you know this person?
Yes, I never met this fucking chick in my life.
Because they had left several messages on different types of posts. And then I think because you didn't respond or whatever, on a different post when it was me and you, she did put relationship goals.
Oh,
remember? Yeah. I caught
maybe
that.
Maybe she meant like she's trying to take you spot. Like that's my relationship goals, to get right there where she's at and get your ass out of here.
So we could dive a little bit deeper into this.
She was getting as fuck. Nah. But the comments thing also too. You said.
Yeah.
You said something about commenting on other.
Oh, so there was so this was the other question in the article that I was reading. So there was a man's perspective and then there was a female's perspective. Actually, it was just the female's perspective. It wasn't the male, it was the female perspective. It was a woman she was saying that when she goes on social media and she sees, on the explore page and stuff that things pop up, and she's like, oh my God, this girl's so pretty. And she clicks on there and she sees her man, because her and her man follow each other. She sees her man is liking all of this female's post. She looks nothing like this female. So to her, she actually got hurt. She felt hurt.
What did she look like though? Was she fat and
No, she wasn't. Was she
hot?
No, she was not unattractive. And
But what were the girls that looked like?
Just those Instagram people showing tits and ass. But the guy was liking them, and she could see all of his likes. And then I started thinking, that's really funny, because sometimes, you and I always share. So we're not jealous people. I'm not a jealous female. I am sure if there was a female here that was up on him, then yeah, there would probably be some sort of fight. But he can send me pictures of other females or profiles of other females, and I'll be like, oh my God, she has a hot body, or God, I wish my body looked like this, or look at her ass, or whatever. Because it's out there, so I'm not degrading other females. If you're going to be showing your ass, then I'm going to share it with my husband. But then I'll see people that I know liking their pictures. And I'm like, oh my God. And I know that they have somebody. So it brought me back to that. And I thought, as a female, that lady was saying it kind of made her feel a certain way. I guess that's what it is. It made her feel a certain way. So it made me feel like, that's interesting. Because, and the reason why I said that is, I question that too, because I'll go on these other female pages, random, it could be hot Playboy models or, these girls that have 1 million plus followers or whatever, and I'll see people that I know, men, liking their pages because it comes up on there. It said so and so liked because it had you guys have certain people in common, so it'll show their likes. And I'm like, oh, I would be a little like weirded out if I saw your name on there, because as a female, I'm thinking that about these men. I don't know how I would feel, but you've never done that without me saying anything. I think you did it. I don't know. You've never done that. You just share it with me. So that was another one.
The funny thing about it is like, okay, like now before you, I did not know that people could see.
You could see
that you could see what was going. That you would people like it. My ex, that's how she was like always. I guess always pissed off because I was always like shit pictures on Instagram and didn't know that you could actually see the shit that I was liking. Okay, so then I found out through you, and I was like, oh shit, no wonder she was always pissed off. So I don't do that shit. But when the other day I was looking through my Instagram and some chick popped up on my feed with big tits, big ass, and shit. And like, who the fuck was that chick? And I'm like, I don't fucking know shit. But I follow that person because I like looking at her pictures. Yeah. So what? Like, I send naked pictures of chicks that I find on Instagram to the guys. Like, I send them to the guys. You know, I send them to my friend. Like, hey, check this shit out. Like, it's just a fucking guy thing. But I don't have to like their fucking pictures. It's like, the guys that do that, like, okay.
You know what I'm talking about? What that article was about. Okay.
But the thing is, like, I don't have to like the fucking picture. Mm-hmm. That if I throw likes on it, that's for their benefit.
Right.
Okay. But I still follow the fucking pages.
I know.
So I still follow the page. I send the pictures to you.
Mm-hmm. So I send them to you.
Yeah. So, but I still follow the pages. I go down my fucking news. I did the other day when I told you, I was like, at a certain time of night, all these fucking chicks will pop up. All their fucking thong pictures, their underwear pictures, all the stupid shit they're doing.
It all pops up
because they release them at night when everybody's home. They don't do it during the middle of the day. I don't see a bunch of them at noon.
Yeah.
I see them like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, boom, boom, all night long. And all of a sudden, all these pictures are coming out because that's when these girls release all their pictures.
Yeah.
And when I scroll through my shit, that's all I see is ass, titties, ass, titties, ass, titties. I'm like, and sometimes, and there's like days where I keep scrolling through my shit and all I see is ass, titties, ass, titties. It's like, you know what? Boom, unfollow, because you're doing way too much now, man. I'm trying to look at funny shit too. I don't want to just keep looking at all your guys' ass pictures and shit. But so I'll just unfollow them, and then when if the guys send me some random shit, then I'll look at it. I say, okay, now I'll follow that one. I'll follow that one now, and I'll see it for a little while. And then after a while, and then sometimes I just do it just so I can see what they're posting and shit.
Yeah.
And then, because the guys will send it to me. Like in a group chat thing, they'll send it to me, and then I'll be looking through like, okay, then I'll go follow her, and I say, oh, okay, well, she's got an OnlyFans. Boop, I'll hit that shit. Then I'll go fucking do the things I gotta do to find her OnlyFans. Then I take her fucking pictures that are naked, and then I'll send them to the guys, and then I delete her fucking profile because I don't need to see it no more. I already sent it to the guys like, oh, here's that girl you sent me. Boom, here's her pictures of her naked that she has OnlyFans. And I'll send it to them, and then I'll just delete her whole fucking Instagram because it's like, I already seen you naked, so I don't give a shit no more. You know what I mean? So I do that, you know what I mean? But like, there's times where I'm going through my Instagram feed and it's like ass tits, ass tits, ass tits, or then I start thinking like, man, these bitches got problems. You know, I start really thinking about like, man, this bitch got some fucking problems. Like, she's in the fucking public bathroom, and she actually set up her camera in the fucking public bathroom, pulled her pants down, and she's doing that side shit, showing her cheeks and whatever, or she's fucking shaking her ass in the public restroom, and then she smiles in the camera like, oh, like, I'm like, what a dumb bitch, like, you got problems. And so then I'll delete her shit too, like, boop, you're out of here because you got fucking problems. So I just do it, I look through it, I don't have to like it, you know what I mean? But I look at it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that works as far as like, I don't like it. I don't like it because I'm not giving you no fucking likes. That's the way I see it. I'm not doing it because you don't want me to do it. I'm just that kind of guy. Like, I don't even like your shit. Fuck your shit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You already showing yourself naked. Why do I gotta like it? I don't have to like it. Go fuck yourself. I look at it. If she's nice looking, I send it to you. I send it to the guys, and then boop, she's gone. And then they'll send me some other shit, and I'll look at that and I'm like, okay. But I mean, do I like it? As far as putting the button? No. Do I like looking at it? Yes. But only for a minute. It's nothing to me. I'm not fucking her. It's not like I can go fuck that girl. So I don't care.
I don't know. As a female, I can appreciate a beautiful woman. You know what I mean? I think even a good-looking man, you know, I can appreciate that. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at pictures of people that put themselves out there. First of all, they put themselves out there. And looking at them and sharing them, you know, it doesn't make me feel any type of way at all. I'm like, you know, it could be from like the way she styles her hair, or it could be the way she carries herself, or it could just be her body itself, or it could be whatever. I can appreciate, someone who has beauty in them. And I find beauty in different people. You know, it can be their eyes, their smile. I don't have a big toothy smile, and when a woman smiles real big and shows her teeth, I think it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't have that, and I've never had it. So it's little things like that I can appreciate, and I'll share it with him. Like, look how pretty her smile is.
But there's another thing though. Okay, so just say there's the chicks that like say for instance,
Mm-hmm.
you looked at a page and you saw that I liked the picture. So you go to that girl's page, and all you see, you scroll through that shit, and all you see is her doing all the Instagram bullshit, the horse shit. She's doing horse shit. She thinks she's a fake Instagram model. She ain't got no family on there. All it is her and or videos of her.
Uh-huh.
And this is what I see too. And I think like this bitch is disturbed. There's something wrong with this fucking woman. There's something wrong with this woman. I seen it yesterday. I was like, there's something wrong with this bitch. She's in the market. Big ass. Big old fucking big ass. Mm-hmm. Big titties. She's in all one piece legging, whatever the fuck it's called. Like a jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Tight as fuck. And she's walking through the mall and she's looking back and doing all this shit. There's somebody with her. There's somebody filming her. Right? And I'm like, oh yeah. No, she all her shit, she's doing horse shit. All her big pictures, right? She's reaching up on the top shelf to get something. There's another one where she's pulling her fucking leggings up super tight where it goes in the crack of her snatch.
Oh, camel toes popping.
Yeah. So she's doing all this shit, but somebody's actually walking around filming her doing it in the market. Okay? So, but you look through her shit and that's all it is. Now, if I liked it, that's what you see. Oh, you like that picture, or you like that video, whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing. Now, it's different if you see that I liked another picture of a different woman.
Mm-hmm.
But this woman lives in, let's say, West Covina. She's nice looking. She walks around with her little legs on, but she has pictures of her kids, her car, where she works, hanging out with her friends, and blah, 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 blah. You see, she's not an Instagram whore. Mm-hmm. She's just a regular chick. Mm-hmm. That lives local. So to me, that's a little bit different.
That is different.
You see me? The Instagram whore, she's the whole Instagram whore. Who gives a fuck? You don't know her. She could live in fucking Timbuktu. Who gives a shit? Nobody gives a fuck where she lives at.
I think.
So it's different.
Yeah, you're right.
When you're looking at that, like you scroll through her shit, it's like, oh, there's nothing but her. It's all her doing this dumb shit. She gets up in the morning, sets up a camera, pops her pussy, and then she's fucking. That's it. You know, puts it on Instagram. But this girl is showing pictures of her hanging out. She's at Rude Dogs, or she's at fucking this place. She's doing this shit. She has pictures of her kids. Her cruising around with her friends. She's local. Now, that's somebody that you can touch.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? That's somebody you could touch. That's something different.
So I think if there's females out there and they see that their man is liking somebody like that,
that's something different.
That is.
I just don't do all that liking shit because now I know that people can see it. But I don't have to hit no likes. I have fucking eyeballs and photographic memory. I'm just like ching 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 ching. I was a fucking public dealership. Ching ching ching. I can see it. All you need to do is see it. I don't give a fuck because I have a wife. I don't give a shit. Like I always said, I'm not fucking blind. I'm not blind. I see women. You know what I mean? Sometimes I see a chick with a fucking fat ass. I'll tell her like, oh shit, look at that fucking big ass of the chick.
Is it real?
You know, or that chick real? That chick's ass real? Whatever. Or I'll say cheeks, and then she'll look like, oh, okay, there's a chick right there with ass. You know what I mean? But as far as the liking shit, I don't do it because other people, you know, maybe her family members, her niece follows me, her sister-in-law follows me, her son, her gay son, he follows me, and so if I do that, then they're gonna see it and be like, oh, this dude's over here liking fucking all these other chicks and shit like that. So I don't do it because it's like I don't want them to be like, the fuck's going on over there, but I don't have to.
Okay. Here's an interesting perspective that kind of follows up on that. So, I had a conversation with a female that her and her man, I don't want to say she wasn't a close friend of mine. But it was a female, and her and her man would get together, break up, get together, break up, get together. You know that whole thing. And at the end, they kind of really had like a big, like they split. But then I remember her telling me, she goes, oh yeah, we ran into each other, and she was like, oh, you know, oh yeah, as soon as him and I broke up, all of his friends were liking my pictures. And I remember thinking in my head, this little light bulb kind of went off, and I just kind of said, oh, really? She's like, oh yeah, they were all liking my pictures. And she took that as, or they started following me. And you know what they want. And I remember thinking, that is her perspective. That is her perception. So even if it was innocent and and as a male, you're liking that picture, to her, she was like, oh, you're liking my picture. Now you are wanting to follow me after him and I aren't together. Because that's exactly how she took it.
But that's what it is.
That was her perspective.
But that's what it is. That's what it is.
And I remember thinking, ooh.
That's how guys are. You know, that's one thing I think about, like, if anything happens with me, what's these guys that I know are going to come out of the fucking woodwork and be like, you know, do you need anything? I can, you know, I already know. And it's like, it happened with one of my friends. It happened with one of my friends, a close friend of mine, where him and his girl finally broke up, and the next thing you know, all these dudes are liking her pictures and all that shit like that. And me and him talked about it, and he's like, those are some scandalous motherfuckers, you know what I mean? That go out and do that kind of shit. We're friends, yet me and my girl break up, and all of a sudden you're liking her pictures and shit, you know what I mean? And she even mentioned the shit, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, those are some dirty motherfuckers that do shit like that, you know what I mean? And I don't know who they were because she never mentioned who they were, but I was like, yeah, there's some dirty motherfuckers that do that shit. Like, if my friend, and that same friend, like, his girl and him broke up, I don't give a fuck. I wasn't out there liking her pictures and commenting and talking to her and all that shit. I didn't say nothing to her because he's my friend. Mm-hmm. So I don't say nothing to her, you know what I mean? But I know some of our other fucking mutual friends were doing that shit. We're over there liking her pictures. You weren't doing it before, but now you're doing it. Why are you doing it now? Because you want to try to fuck her. And all that says, and he even said the same thing. That just shows me that they were thinking about that kind of stuff when we were together, me and her. But they were too afraid to try it because they knew that he'd fuck them up. You know what I mean? But there's still sneaky motherfuckers out there that'll do shit like that. You know, whether you're friends or not. You know, like I have I think I told you about it a long time ago. I said, I see the way this motherfucker is. He's a friend of mine. I see what he does. I watch him. He thinks he's sneaky, but he's not. To this day, I watch him. To this day, I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. You know, and I watch him. I'm not watching you because I know you're not doing anything to it. I know you're not, it's not you. Mm-hmm. Is he my friend? Yes. But I know what he's doing. And whenever he's around, I watch. He thinks I'm not looking. I could be looking this way. But I'm looking over there and I'm watching him. And I see what he does. And it's like, you think you're fucking sneaky. You think you're slick.
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
I told you about it a long time ago. I said, this motherfucker, I know what he's doing. I'll tell you about it later on, but not right now.
Yeah.
But I told you about it a long time ago. And, but he still does the same shit. The same fucking thing, and I watch him, and he's my friend. Yeah, he's my friend. Mm-hmm. He ain't did nothing. He ain't try to, but I know what he's doing. Mm-hmm. I know what he's doing. I've done it so many times before. He thinks he's slick, but he's not. And I watch. And I tell you, and what it is one thing that I never do is I don't sit down and make eye contact with somebody's wife or woman. When my friends come here. Okay, I don't try to make eye contact with them. Just say, for instance, my friend, his wife sitting right here. I don't sit there and stare in her eyes and talk to her. I don't do that. We'll talk bullshit, but I don't sit there and just stare into her eyes.
Or do this?
Yeah, and talk to her. There's none of that staring into her eyes. To me, that's disrespectful shit. Even with weird. with a man, you talk to them and look in their face. But when it's their wives, you don't do that shit. You don't do it because I know what you're fucking doing. You're trying to get into that door, see how far you can get. Okay, he does that. I notice he does it, and then I'll notice him from across the room, just be looking over. To see if he can catch you looking at him, like make eye contact. And I'm just like, I see what you're doing. It's like, it's not going to work, first of all. I'm not worried about you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But in my mind, I'm thinking, you got a lot of balls. You got a lot of balls, man. You know what I mean? It's like, you better really think about what you're doing. You better think about what you're doing, because one of these days, me and you're going to be by ourselves. One of these days, we're going to be by ourselves. And I'm going to have an opportunity to either bring it up to you, or I'm going to have the opportunity to do whatever the fuck it is that I want to do to you. Mm-hmm. Because I know what you're doing. You think you're fucking slick, and you're not. And that's the way he is. I don't know why he's like that. And I just, I just sit there and watch it like, okay, I let it go. It's been years, and I'll let it go. I don't give a shit because nothing's happening. But I just know what he's trying to do. You see, I know what he's trying to do. And it's like, dude, you're still trying after all these fucking years. You know what I mean? But I don't know. That's just my thing. I just watch guys how they are. You know what I mean? They try to fucking pull it. They know the tricks. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That's just the way they are. You know what I mean? But again, I'm not mad at him because it's on you. What the fuck? I'm a little trouble. It's not because the thing vibrated. Yeah. It vibrated. Fell off. Yeah. But that's my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at him because he's a guy.
Because you're saying men are men.
Men are men. Men are gonna be men. They say men are dogs. Men are chasing the fucking cat. Yeah, of course. That's what they do. So why would I be mad at that man for doing what he's supposed to do? Why would I be mad at a dog for being a fucking dog? That's what they're supposed to do.
Just like females shouldn't be mad at the female, they should be mad at their man.
Yeah, don't be mad at the fucking
at the other person
because it's not their fault. It's you're my wife.
You're my husband.
You shouldn't do that.
You're my husband. Yeah. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I'm not mad at him. I watch him. every time he comes around, I watch him and I sit there and think to myself, dude, you better fucking, you're gonna get yourself in a lot of fucking trouble one of these days, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna catch me at the wrong fucking time doing that shit. You're gonna be, me and you gonna be by ourselves one of these days, and I'm gonna fuck around and hurt you just because, not because you're doing it right now, but I might be drinking. And I might decide that, hey, today's the day, nobody's around, nobody's gonna see it, there ain't no cameras here, and I'm gonna hurt you because of what you're doing. Because I know what you're doing. I've been watching you do it for years. You know what I mean? And you're still doing it. You think you're slick and you're not. You know what I mean? And it hasn't worked out for you, but yet you still do it. Because you're trying to get that eye contact. And it's like, and I don't do that to his fucking woman. You know what I mean? I don't do that to his woman, try to catch eye contact with her. I don't do that shit to her. You know what I mean? But it's like, okay. And that just tells me how your relationship really is. That's another thing that tells me about that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, now I know that your relationship ain't all that great. Because you're over here fucking eyeballing my motherfucking wife and you got a woman. But, you know, it is what it is. Again, I'm not mad at him. I could say, like, it's okay because...
A man's being a man.
You're being a man. Comparing wives, women, girlfriends, whatever. There's no fucking comparison. You know what I mean? To me, there's not. I look and say, hey, if that was my woman, I would be looking at your wife too. That's the way I see it. So I'm the winner here. You know what I mean? I'm the winner here, so that's why I don't sweat. But again, the whole point of it is like, don't be mad at the other person. It's not their fault. It's not his fault. You can't be mad at that chick with the fucking big titties and shit that's sending the messages because it's not on her. It's on me. If I fucking fuck around with her, I'm your husband. I'm the one responsible for it, not that chick. Mm-hmm. So you can't be mad at that girl.
I agree with that statement. I do agree with that statement. I think you females out there, you can't be, if your man goes out and cheats on you or has inappropriate conversations, obviously there should be conversations that be happening at home that, you know, hey, this bothers me. And if he loves you enough, then he would stop doing those things that bother you. And if he doesn't and he continues doing it, well, then you need to reevaluate your relationship and not be mad at that other female. That other female is being her. She is who she is. You can't be mad at her. You should be questioning your man at home, like what the fuck, you know? What am I not doing for you that you're having to look out of our four walls?
Maybe you don't make good sandwiches.
Maybe
your sandwiches are terrible. Maybe you're making peanut butter and jelly and motherfucker wants some turkey meat.
You know? Maybe he wants chunky peanut butter, not creamy.
Fucking with lint balls.
But yes, I agree with that statement. Even with men, like men, you shouldn't be mad at the man. You should be mad at your wife. You know, but then again, reevaluate the whole situation. What are you not giving to each other that the other partner feels that they need to venture out? You know, it's so prominent. It's so in your face. I even feel now seeing naked bodies or half nude bodies is so desensitized at this point. It's like nothing. It's just like, it looks like a sunset. Like any other sunset or any sunrise or
it's like looking at fucking.
It's like nothing nowadays.
Look at that landscape pictures. Like
it's literally in your face. Yeah. So we need to protect our four walls. We need to protect our relationships, and we need to keep our partners happy. And the only reason and the only way you're going to be able to do that is by having these conversations with your spouse about what can I do to keep you happy? What am I doing to keep you happy? Having these conversations. What do you need from me? Type of thing, you know, and just respecting and having love and dating and all of that still in your relationship. But that's what I wanted to talk about. I had read this article and I thought it would be kind of fun to bring that topic here. We would like to hear your thoughts on that. Would you consider it cheating by having a conversation with someone that you've never met, even if it's not inappropriate? What are your thoughts on this? You know, let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, leave comments in the bottom. Let us know. And then, like I said before, if you have any other suggestions for videos, let me know. I got somebody had hit me. Oh, they want to know about the union and all that stuff like that. So I'm gonna do a video on that. But yeah, as far as leave some comments and stuff like that, and questions, and I'll read them and get to them. I don't respond to every fucking comment, but you know I do like all the comments, so you know that I see them. So, anyways, and to that person that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna say who you are. You know,
I don't even know who it is.
I say, you know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you do. And just know, just know that I know what you're doing. And just know that you should really stop doing what you do. You know what I mean? You have a woman, you live your life, you know what I mean? But just know, because one day, me and you will be by ourselves. And one day, if I bring it up to you, just know that I don't want to have a conversation with you. You know what I mean? If I bring it up to you, it's not going to be a conversation with you. And so you should really stop doing it. You're my friend, and that's just the way it is, because I don't blame you for what you do, because you're a man and you do man shit, but you do it to the wrong fucking person, and you're going to have a problem. So if I was you, I'd go find some fucking dumb motherfucker to do that shit too. But anyways, that's the video for the day. Please like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, and be talking to you later.
Bye.